Welcome guys, my name is StoneMountain64 and today we're talking which is the best sniper in Battlefield Hardline. Well, turns out that currently in the retail version is the 300 Knockout, and I'll tell you guys, I'll do some more videos if that ever changes, if they do any patches, so stay tuned, subscribe if you are new to the channel. I did have a lot of videos though, if you guys might have caught them around the beta time, saying that the R700 Awm with the 338/ Magnum rounds was the best, and a lot of people still think that, working towards spending $100,000 on those Magnum rounds. Unfortunately, they are not nearly as powerful in the full version of the game, and everybody should be aware of that. They patched it at the very end of the beta. The PC guys had one day to play that, and I did some videos back then talking about everything that had changed, but in essence, in terms of the 338 rounds, it's worse than using the regular sniper rifle. It decreases the minimum damage that you can do and decreases the range that you can even do the damage to enemies. Now, you will still get 2-shot kills from range, so it's not completely useless, but in terms of raw stats, without the 338s, you're going to do more. And the benefit of using them is obviously to do more vehicle damage, but when comparing any of the vehicle damage, even with those rounds on, to the beta, it's very insignificant, because in the beta, vehicle damage was insane. Anyways, because of that, we're talking about the regular R700 and regular AWM. Both of those have very similar stats. Some of the shoot speed is different, but I'm considering the same thing because their damage charts do the same. So let's take a look at those now and see what I'm talking about here. So here are the three basic snipers and their damage models. The y-axis showing how much damage they actually do and how far you go out to the right. On the x-axis shows you the damage drop-off range. The gold number signifies how far out you can go before the damage's max damage starts to drop off. So if you take a look at the Knockout, that is a 100 damage, 1-shot, 1-kill, up to 55 meters out. Now, if you hit him in the legs, there is a decreased damage multiplier, so you won't do the full 100 damage, but you're still going to be doing that base 100 damage if you hit him in torso, arms, or head, all the way out there. Now, when we compare that to the R700 AWM, that thing only maintains its damage up to 14 meters out, the 1-shot, 1-kill range. If you put the Magnum rounds on, that'll extend it up to 25, but that's still very negligible when you're comparing this to the 300 Knockout. When you bring the Scout Elite into the mix, you're talking a 45-meter range before the damage drops off. But take a look at the damage chart. The maximum you can do, even from point blank with the Scout Elite, is 75 damage. Comparing that again to the Knockout, you're doing a full 100 damage for an additional 10 meters out for that 1-shot kill range. The additional things you have to consider when looking at these, though, is the shoot speed, which the Scout Elite hands down is the fastest. You can get those bullets down range, and if you're countering for recoil, drawing your mouse or your joystick down while you're shooting, you can get 2 shots out very quickly. But when you're talking about a 1-shot, 1-kill, sniping just becomes easier, hands down, because the skill that it requires to get 2 shots is much greater than just having to land 1 shot, especially within that kill range. If somebody's point blank, you're going to be able to one-shot them with a Knockout, whereas you're going to have to swap to your pistol with the Scout Elite, just dramatically decreasing the time to kill. Now, where this really changes is with where the minimum damage you can do is, right? And if you look at this, it ends at about 80 meters for the Knockout, is 50 damage. After that, it'll you can go out to 200 meters, the thing's still going to do 50 damage, but if you think about it, that's still a 2-shot kill. And it doesn't necessarily matter if 2 shots is 2 shots, right? Even if you do 60 damage, you do 60 damage twice, it's still a 2-shot kill. It doesn't necessarily matter that you do 60 versus 50. Where this really comes into play is if you're going to hit a leg shot, because if you hit a leg shot with a Knockout past 80 meters out, it will require 3-shot kills. So you have to aim for that torso, and I did a video about this previously, but if you hit an arm shot, you do the same amount of damage as a chest shot, so that's something to keep in mind. Now, if you look at the AWM, anything past 14 meters, even at 15 meters, it's still a 2-shot kill. Much slower shooting between the times because you have to consistently cock the thing. Now, of course, the minimum damage that it's going to do is 69. Even 200 meters out, you're still going to do a base 69 damage. And the reason that you would want to use one of those other rifles, really, is for those long-range scenarios where essentially you're already past 50, 60 meters out where the knockout's going to have its one-shot kill range. Any point after that, you're better off having the AWM, the R700, even the Scout Elite, because they all have higher bullet velocity, which means you need to deal with less drop. The bullet will get to the target faster, so you'll have to predict where they're going much less, and you can get longer range kills. So it depends on the situation. If you're going to be doing anything closer range, which a lot of these maps are much more close quarters, you'd want to stick with the 300 knockout for sure. It's definitely a better gun. But if you're talking about some long-range sniping, going for some headshots, that's where you would see the advantage coming to the AWM R700, because the two-shot kills don't necessarily matter across all of the snipers. And the Scout Elite even is a good option because that thing shoots that shoots super fast. Again, the risk with the Scout Elite, though, is that you could get 3-shot kills if you end up hitting him in the leg because of the damage drop-off or the damage reduction that you get for leg shots. Whereas with the R700, with the base 69 damage, it's always going to be a 2-shot even if you hit him in the leg. Thanks so much for watching. Click a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are new. If you're interested in unlocking the 300 knockout, you can check out my previous video with a full tutorial on that, or check out the recommended video where I did a live stream playing with some snipers, working towards unlocking it, and it was pretty fun with some funny moments in it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. This is R700 64, signing out.